This is the moment Antonio Rudiger claimed he was being subjected to racist chants halfway through the match.
As Manchester United player Fred went to take a corner, one City fan makes what looks like a racist gesture.
I thought it was important that we'd heard it, that the protocols had been followed, and if it happened again we would have then perhaps moved on to the next step and come off the pitch.
Last night's incidents during the Bulgaria versus England game have been called the worst racist behaviour ever seen from a group of supporters by the UK police.
Whether it's on the pitch from other football players, or in the stands from fans, or even on social media, the beautiful game is being littered with racist abuse aimed at football players. Are these high numbers of racist incidents in the professional game being reflected in grassroots football as well? I spoke to Alex Rochefair, who's the discipline administrator at Dorset FA, to find out a little bit more about this topic. Hello Alex.
Hello Zach.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this.
That's quite alright. No problem.
Sit right here. Perfect. So in your day-to-day work, how do you deal with instances like anti-discrimination, and from your procedures, do you think it's been effective in a grassroots level?
So basically the standard procedure when we get any kind of reporting about any sort of misconduct, including anti-discrimination, would be that we would ask the person who, if necessary, ask the person who's reported it to begin with to provide further information if needs be. We would go to the club or the individual who are the alleged offender, asking them for their observations, as well as asking anyone who may have been there and may have witnessed it if they can provide statements as well. The main issue with grassroots football is that unlike the professional game, there aren't cameras and microphones everywhere, so a lot of it is one word against another, which isn't always the most helpful when dealing with the cases, but I say we can only go on the evidence that's provided. This calendar year, that is, we have seen a spike in anti-discrimination cases reported. So we've had, on average, over the past 5 years, we've had an average of around 6 cases a year. It's currently 9 so far this year.
What are the fines like in a grassroots level?
So the...
And do you think they're effective or not?
Okay, so the guideline sanctions for any proven discrimination cases at grassroots level would be a minimum of a 6-match suspension, and the fine is £75. And on top of that, anyone found guilty has to attend an FA education course as well. A lot of disciplinary problems in football, be it discriminatory or otherwise, are caused by children watching incidents on TV and then feeling that that's acceptable behaviour when they're playing on a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon.
From Aubameyang, Sterling and Balotelli and many others, some of the Premier League's biggest stars have experienced racism on and off the field. I spoke to Bilal Mona, who's a football coach at grassroots level, to tell me a little bit more about his experience of discrimination and racism.
Grassroots football is like an amateur football, so it feels like
if it does get reported, what will be the outcome? There will be no outcome. It will just go on every week, and if it doesn't get reported, the same outcome will happen. So I believe that's one of the cases why it doesn't get reported. Of course, because it's amateur football, there's no reason to, probably that's what they think, there's no reason for them to take it further, or it's just not taken as serious as it is in proper football. It depends on the foundation of people, where they grow up, and education, and knowing about what is right and what is wrong, even when it comes to football or in everyday life. So if they use unpleasant words in everyday life, most likely they'll use it in football. So it comes down to education and the foundation of what people learn at home and at school and how they grow up. That's what it is. If the society accepted people for whatever race they were, whatever gender they were, or whatever sexuality they were, it will be no issues. But we have a problem with it, people have problems with it, and until we solve the problem, it won't stop.
It's quite clear that football's governing bodies such as the FA and charities like Kick It Out are trying their hardest to get rid of racism, both in the professional game and in grassroots. However, it seems to be that there's still a long way to go.